We're going from this to this in makeup tutorial part 3, where we'll cover eye makeup. If you missed part 1 and part 2, go back and watch those now. We covered skin prep and the foundation. Here we're covering eye makeup, and we're starting by going in with a white eyeshadow. This is Illusion from Revolution Forever Flawless Digi Butterfly palette. That's a mouthful. And on the inner corner from the same palette, we're using Dreamer. It's a light pink tone. So we're covering the inner eyes with that Dreamer light pink. And then we're going to move on to the outer eye, where we're using a tone called Selfie. It's a purpley pink tone. So that's going to be applied to the outer eye. Notice how when we're applying this, we're always pulling up, snatching those eyes up. You never want to pull down when you're doing this. Otherwise, you'll get a droopy eye look or a sad eye look. We don't want that. So pull up, snatch those eyes, just pull those tones in an upward brushing fashion. So we're just going in, continuing with Selfie here on the outer eyes and blending that in with Dreamer on the inner corners, that lighter pink, and continuing to do that. Now we are going to also, once those are blended in nicely, put in some sketch of the eyeliner using a gray pencil from NYX. So you're going to see that coming in next. Here we are with the NYX pencil. We're just using a pencil here to get a sketch of the eyeline that we want to use. We're not using eyeliner just yet. This is a gray tone, but you can use black as well. So just getting a sketch that we're going to use as a guide for the eyeliner later and for the eyeshadow once we go in later with the black eyeshadow. So this is just going to give us a guideline. So we're creating some wing here. That's the guideline that you can see here. And just darkening that a little bit more. And extending that wing out just a little bit more. Once that's done, we're going to go in with a purple shade on the outer corners. This one is called Bruh, B-R-U-H. It's a purple tone from the Morphe Vonnie Gregg Artistry palette. Here I am laughing at the name of the shade because it's Bruh. So we're blending that in on the outside. The outer corners of the eyes, keep blending that nicely. We're also using another purple as well, a little bit darker, that's called Posse from the Morphe Maddie Ziegler Imagination palette. So that's also being used here to give a little bit of a gradient, let's say, of purples from the pink to the purple. And we're blending that all in. Again, always going in upward strokes. And here we're going back in with Selfie. That's that pink color from the Imagination palette. And we're applying that to the middle part of the eyelid. So we're getting a really nice gradient here, as you can see, from a lighter pink to purpley pink into purple and darker purple. And then we're going in with some more white from, this is the Illusion white from the Imagination palette. To soften the inner corners, and we really get that nice gradient from a light color into dark, and it's all blended really nicely here, as you can see. And now we're going in with a darker eyeshadow here on a darker eyeshadow pencil to start to form that black line. And here we're blending it in and applying some black eyeshadow. So we're getting a full gradient here from white into pinkish to purple to dark purple into the black. And we'll continue to blend that in, blend that eyeshadow in. Again, always going in upward strokes and getting a nice snatched eye. We're doing some under the eye here too. And notice how we're getting some fallout here. So that's the reason why we do the concealer under the eye later, because we want to first be able to clear away the fallout from the eyes. So we'll do that in the next part of the video. You'll see us clearing out the fallout here. And then in the next part, part 4, where we cover the eyebrows and the rest of the face, we will apply concealer under the eyes in that part of the video. And here we are applying a black eyeliner to the eye line, to the under eye and the upper eye. And we'll also look to each side to get those inner corners as well, looking to the opposite side for each corner. And then applying mascara to the natural lash before we apply the fake lashes. And now we're starting to apply the fake lashes here. In this video, we're applying individual lash pieces, these little groups of lashes individually. It takes longer and is more difficult to do if you're doing it on your own. But because I'm using a makeup artist here, or my makeup artist is very talented, she's doing these individual lashes and is very patiently applying them all. This is sped up. And it just gives more customization options when you do it this way. But of course, you can use lash strips if you're doing it on your own. Here we're using 16 millimeter on the outer edges on top of 14 millimeter lashes. So there's double layers going on here to make it extra thick. And we're doing some shorter ones towards the center, but also 16 millimeter in the middle too. And just brushing them to get them all nice and even. And then applying mascara to those as well. And also applying mascara on the bottom lashes. Once we've applied mascara, the eyes are actually complete at this point, and we're going to start applying the eyebrows. So we're going to cover eyebrows and the rest of the face in part 4. So stay tuned for that. Go back and watch part 1 and part 2 if you haven't already, and be sure to subscribe and follow so that you don't miss part 4, where we talk about eyebrows and the rest of the face.